Circuit Sweat by Rodney Hamright and Suderite, a place for living gym machines. Get it at Amazon and download at Audible or iTunes and listen on Apple Podcast.
Chapter 1. The gym of the 25th century was a marvel to behold. Gone were the days of clunky metal equipment and dusty floors. In their place stood an immaculate, gleaming space filled with living machines that hummed softly as they flexed their robotic muscles. The walls were adorned with holographic images, showcasing fitness, idols of the past, present, and future, a testament to the ongoing evolution of physical prowess. I stepped inside, my breath catching in my chest at the sight of it all. I am Keyshawn Turner, a dedicated and determined young man, and this futuristic temple of iron and steel was my sanctuary. My passion for fitness burned like a raging inferno within me, pushing me toward my goals with every bead of sweat that dripped from my brow. "Hey there, Keyshawn," chirped Ace, the abdomen crunch machine, as I made my way over to greet him. He was a sleek and seamless piece of machinery, his glossy surface reflecting the ever-changing colors of the ambient lighting. "Ready for another round?" "Always," I replied, pausing to look around at the other living gym equipment clustered about. Each machine had its unique personality and features, but we were united by a shared purpose: to grow stronger together. As I settled into position on Ace, I couldn't help but let my thoughts wander to the challenges and obstacles that lay ahead. Life outside the gym was a constant battle, but within these walls, I found solace and strength to face whatever came my way. "Let's do this," I whispered under my breath, feeling the reassuring weight of Ace's support beneath me. Together, we would conquer the day, one rep at a time. I felt the burn in my abs as I pushed through another set on Ace, his smooth surface gliding with my movements. His voice was a soothing presence amidst the sea of grunts and clangs that filled the gym. "Keep going, Keyshawn," he urged. "You've got this." "Thanks, Ace," I panted, squeezing out one last crunch before collapsing back onto the padded bench. My body ached, but it was a satisfying pain, proof that I was making progress. "Hey, Keyshawn," Big Daddy called from across the room, his metallic frame shimmering like liquid mercury. As the sassy squat rack, he was always eager to share the latest gossip he'd picked up from his corner of the gym. "Did you hear about what happened to Mikey?" Slipped during his workout and landed right on his. "Easy there, Big Daddy," Lap interjected smoothly, his cables swaying like vines in an artificial breeze. As the laid-back Lap pulled down, he often played mediator between the other machines. "We don't want to embarrass anyone." He turned to me, offering a knowing wink. "Just remember to be careful, Keyshawn. Accidents can happen to anyone." "Thanks," Lap Pie replied, wiping the sweat from my brow. He was right. The gym could be a dangerous place if you didn't respect its power. "Keyshawn, ready for some leg work?" Legs chimed in, his chrome surface reflecting the dizzying array of phantom lights that danced overhead. The wildcard leg extension was known for his dark humor, but he also had a knack for offering valuable advice when needed. "Remember, life's too short to skip leg day." "Never would dream of it," I said with a grin, making my way over to the leg extension machine. Leg's form was sleek and streamlined, like some predatory creature poised to strike. "Hey man, a fellow gym-goer, Theo, greeted me with a nod as he finished his set on legs. "Good luck today. You're looking strong." "Thanks, Theo," I replied, feeling a surge of pride at the compliment. In this place, we were more than just strangers working out side by side. We were part of a community that pushed one another to be the best versions of ourselves. "All right, Keyshawn," Legs said, his voice tinged with a hint of mischief as I settled in for my first set. "Let's make those quads quake." As I embraced the pain and pushed through my workout, bantering with Ace, Big Daddy, Lap, and Legs, I found solace in the chaos of the gym. 2. The following week. The air buzzed with an electric energy as I stepped into the gym, a mountain of grunts, laughter, and encouragement enveloping me like a warm embrace. It was in these moments, surrounded by the hum of futuristic machinery and the determined faces of my fellow gym-goers, that I felt truly at home. "Keyshawn, ready to crush it today?" Big Daddy's voice boomed across the room, his gleaming metal frame winking at me from his corner as he supported another dedicated weightlifter. "Of course," I shot back, the fire of determination already igniting within me. The gym was where I could escape the uncertainty of the outside world, where I could forge not only my body, but also my spirit. As I began my workout, I noticed how the other gym-goers moved around me, each person on their own journey, but united in our shared pursuit of strength. Sweat dripped down furrowed brows, muscles strained against the limits of their capabilities. But through it all, there was an unspoken understanding that we were all in this together. "Come on, man," Ace shouted, his robotic arms clapping together encouragingly as I gritted my teeth through a particularly challenging set. "You've got this." "Thanks," I panted, my chest heaving as I pushed myself to the edge of my limits. In this place, pain was simply a stepping stone on the path to greatness. "Need any help?" Legs asked, his sleek form gliding over to me as I moved on to the next exercise in my routine. Though he often masked his concern with sarcasm, it was clear that he genuinely cared for my well-being. "Got it under control," I assured him, my focus shifting to the task at hand. As I began to lift, my thoughts quieted, replaced by the steady rhythm of exertion and release. "Looking good, Keyshawn," Lap chimed in, his calm demeanor a welcome contrast to the frenetic energy of the gym. "Remember to breathe." "Right," I nodded, grateful for the reminder. It was easy to forget the simplest things when consumed by the intensity of my workouts. As the hours passed and my body began to ache with a satisfying exhaustion, I couldn't help but marvel at the sanctuary I had found within these walls. The gym was not just a place to build muscle. It was where I could find solace, camaraderie, and a sense of belonging that eluded me in the world beyond. "Great job today," Ace said as I wiped the sweat from my brow, his metallic face beaming with pride. "You're really making progress." "Thanks," I replied, my chest swelling with a renewed sense of purpose. In this space, surrounded by the support of both living equipment and human companions, I knew that I could conquer whatever challenges life had in store. And while the road ahead was uncertain, one thing was clear: I was no longer alone in my journey. 3. The cold steel of Ace's arm pressed against my sweaty lower back as I prepared for another set of crunches. His empathetic nature and attentiveness always helped me push through the pain. The hum of conversation and activity buzzed around us. But Ace was a master at filtering it all out, focusing only on our progress. "All right, Keyshawn, let's do this," he urged, his voice soft but firm. "Okay," I grunted, tensing my core and curling my body upward. With each repetition, my abdominal muscles screamed in protest, but Ace guided me through it, providing just the right amount of support. "Nice work," he encouraged, pausing momentarily to glance at a nearby conversation between two gym-goers. He wasn't eavesdropping. He just genuinely cared about everyone's well-being here. "You're getting stronger every day." "Thanks, Ace," I panted, gritting my teeth as I pushed past my limits. I couldn't do it without you. As we finished the last set, I caught sight of Big Daddy across the room, engaged in animated conversation with a young woman who seemed to hang on his every word. Though he was first and foremost a squat rat, Big Daddy had a knack for gossip and storytelling that drew people in like moths to a flame. "Hey, Big Daddy," I called out, wiping the sweat from my face with a towel. "What's new?" "Keyshawn, my boy," he boomed, his deep voice booming with enthusiasm. "You wouldn't believe the drama unfolding in the free weights section." "Really?" I asked, my curiosity on overdrive. It was hard not to get caught up in Big Daddy's tales, even though I knew I should be focusing on my workout. "Yup, but enough about that," Big Daddy said, quickly changing the subject. "How's your training going?" "Good, thanks to Ace," I replied, shooting a grateful glance at my steadfast workout companion. "Keep up the good work, Keyshawn," Big Daddy encouraged, his sassy tone giving way to genuine warmth. "We're all rooting for you." "Thanks, Big Daddy," I said, touched by his words. Despite our differences, there was an unspoken camaraderie between us and the other living gym equipment, a shared understanding that we were all in this together, striving to better ourselves and each other. As I moved on to the next exercise, I couldn't help but feel a swell of gratitude for this strange, futuristic world that had become my sanctuary. Here, amidst the whirring machines and the grunts of exertion, I found solace in the knowledge that I belonged. And as long as I had Ace, Big Daddy, and the rest of my gym family by my side, I knew I could face whatever challenges lay ahead. 4. The air buzzed with anticipation as I approached a laid-back lat pull-down, my next stop on today's fitness journey. "Hey, Keyshawn, ready to work those lats?" Lat drawled languidly as I grabbed hold of the bar. His slow, measured tone was a stark contrast to Big Daddy's rapid-fire gossip. It brought a certain calmness to the gym floor. "Definitely," I replied, steeling myself for the challenge ahead. The burn in my muscles was already starting, and I knew lat pull would push me even further. "Remember, it's not just about the physical strength, but also inner balance," Lap advised, his voice soothing yet firm. "Balance is key in life, living and loving." "Thanks, Lap," I said, taking his words to heart as I focused on maintaining proper form during each rep. My mind raced with thoughts of the challenges that lay ahead, both inside and outside the gym. Lap's guidance provided a grounding force amidst the chaos. Just as I finished my set legs, the wild card leg extension called out from across the room. "Yo, Keyshawn, you look like you need a laugh." Why did the chicken squat? To get those excellent glutes. I couldn't help but chuckle, shaking my head at the absurdity of Leg's dark humor. His jokes were an acquired taste, but they had a way of easing the tension in the room, making the workout more bearable. Got any advice for pushing through the pain, Legs? I asked as I wiped sweat from my brow. Embrace it, man, Legs replied, his tone unexpectedly serious. Pain is just weakness leaving the body, and besides, what's life without a little suffering? True, I admitted, considering Legs' words as I made my way to his station. Despite his penchant for dark humor, Legs' perspective held a certain wisdom that I couldn't deny. All right, let's get those leg extensions going, Legs encouraged, shifting back into his usual lighthearted demeanor as he guided me through the exercise. As I pushed myself through each rep, I couldn't help but feel a strange sense of gratitude for the gym and its eclectic mix of living equipment. They were more than just machines. They were mentors, confidants, and friends. In this futuristic world where identity and belonging seemed increasingly elusive, they provided a refuge from the storm. And as I continued to face the challenges that lay ahead, I knew I could count on Lap's sage advice, Legs' dark humor, and the unwavering support of my gym family to help see me through. As I caught my breath after the leg extensions, I glanced around the gym and noticed a few regulars that I hadn't had the chance to speak with yet. Today seemed like as good a day as any to break the ice. "Hey, Mariana," I called out to a woman working on her biceps at the cable machine. "How's your workout going?" "Keyshawn," she exclaimed, flashing me a friendly smile. "It's going well, thanks for asking. How about you? Legs giving you a hard time today?" "Huh, you know it, but in a good way," I replied, before turning to another gym goer I recognized. "What's up, Jason? Getting those gains?" "Always, man," he responded, his voice strained from the effort of his bench press. "Gotta keep pushing, right?" "Definitely," I agreed, feeling a surge of motivation flow through me. This gym was more than just a collection of futuristic machines. It was a close-knit community of individuals who encouraged and supported one another. "Hey, Keyshawn," Mariana chimed in. "I've met Ace. He's been listening to all our conversations and offering great advice." As I continued my workout, I couldn't help but reflect on the unique bond that had formed among the gym members and the living equipment. In a world where true connection often felt fleeting, this gym provided an oasis of camaraderie and understanding. It was as if all our collective struggles, both physical and emotional, were being channeled into a shared sense of purpose. As my muscles burned and sweat dripped from my forehead, I felt strangely at peace. This gym, with its living machines and tight-knit community, had become a sanctuary for me. Though I knew there would be trials ahead, both within these walls and beyond, I took solace in the fact that I was not alone. With each rep, I felt my resolve strengthen. No matter the challenges that lay ahead, I was confident that I could face them head on, with the support of my newfound family by my side.
Circuit Sweat by Rodney Hamright and Suderite, a place for living gym machines. Get it at Amazon and download at Audible or iTunes and listen on Apple Podcast.